Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing something or a video about something that somebody had requested on my, I don't know how to pronounce it, Saraha, I think it's called. And that request was basically asking me to talk about like what I thought about what my ideal first date was and sex or kissing on the first date, like what my stances were about that. So I'm actually going to be talking about that today. I don't know how long or how short this video is going to be. I guess we'll see like how tangential I can get. But yeah, so I guess the first thing I'm going to talk about is my ideal first date. My ideal first date is probably different from a lot of people's ideal first dates. I feel like a lot of people are just like, oh, like dinner, like a movie, like whatever, like the typical things that a lot of girls like to do, a lot of things that like typical guys will do for a girl when they go out. And there's nothing wrong with that. And by the way, I do want to preface this video with just because these are my opinions doesn't mean that they're right. I don't think anyone's opinion is right, because especially when I get into, your love and sex on the first date and kissing on the first date, that's completely my own opinions. And if you have a different opinion, that's completely fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not at all trying to attack your view on that. So just as a disclaimer, I want to say that because I feel like that's really important to say. My ideal first date is going to an estate. And by that, I mean, a lot of you who live around here probably know what Vanderbilt Mansion is. That's an estate. Statsburg Mansion is around here. That's an estate. Basically, any historical, huge fucking mansion that you can go in and tour and walk on the grounds and stuff, that is my ideal first date. But my number one ideal first date is Oheka Castle. I think it's like an hour and a half to 2 hours from here. So that's a nice little drive to get to know each other and talk. And I would love, 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 love to go to Oheka Castle. If you don't know what it is, Google it. It is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I want to go so fucking bad. You have to make a reservation to go. It's only $25 a person, so it's not crazy. But you have to make reservations, and they're booked for weeks in advance, so you have to do it. You have to plan for it. So this house basically was, if you've ever read The Great Gatsby, they describe Jay Gatsby's house. That description of Jay Gatsby's house was based on this castle. It is huge. It's insane. I really want to go more than anything. So I think I would like to go there for my ideal first date. Beforehand, I would like to go to a breakfast or something at a nice little cafe, wherever. And then we would go and we would tour that mansion, and then they have a really fancy dinner. You have to dress up when you go. They have a really fancy dinner afterward, and everyone gets to eat food and shit and look all fancy, and it's beautiful. So I would like to do something like that. I'm a little bit high maintenance when it comes to a first date, to be honest. That's just how I am, I guess. When it comes to kissing on the first date, I don't really roll with that at all. I'm not the kind of person to hook up with other people. Normally I don't kiss on the first date. I have never kissed on the first date. In fact, there have been times where I've had somebody try and kiss me on the first date, and they kind of leaned in for a kiss, and I was just whoa, what are you doing? And I just kind of said no. I'm not afraid to be no, I don't want to kiss you. I'm sorry, I just met you. So I don't roll with that. As far as sex on the first date, for me, it's a big fat absolutely not. That's just giving everything, not everything, but it's giving a really big thing to somebody that you just met, and you don't even know if you're gonna go on a second or a third date. I reserve sex for a relationship or somebody that I know really, 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 really well and is attracted to me and I'm attracted to them. That's just how I roll with it. If you are different and you like to have sex on the first date, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just how I feel. In terms of I don't know if the person requested this, but I just kind of thought of it. In terms of love at first sight, there have been times where like I thought maybe, like there has been like one instance in particular where I was with this guy and I met him, like, I mean, I'd met him before, but like I'd really hung out with him like one night, and like the next day I was like, I'm in love with him, like I just know it, like he's just so great. I've never felt this way about another person before. I didn't really ever believe in love at first sight. And that ended up not being the case. I thought that was the case, but I found out that I was definitely not in love with him, nor did I really have any feelings at all for him. So that was like a fluke, I guess. That was like a trick, like kind of a situation. But yeah, I mean, I personally don't believe in love at first sight. I don't think it's possible. Maybe it is for certain people. Like maybe I just don't think it's possible for me. So yeah, I think that's all the person asked for me to talk about. I know this is kind of like dry and boring, and like who the fuck cares what I want for a first date, or who the fuck cares if I believe in like kissing on the first date, you know? I can do a story time video on one of the dates that I had, actually two of the dates that I had, where the first time the guy tried to kiss me and I was like no, and the second time is just like this funny story, which, you know, I'm not gonna ruin now, but it's just this funny story of like how he tried to like grope me in a car, and I was just like no, like beep beep motherfucker, like goodbye. And how he like kind of forced me to like stay in his car, and like I wanted to leave but like he wouldn't let me really. So yeah, that's a good story. Maybe I'll do an Instagram poll on that, because y'all know that I am a big Instagram poll person. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Sorry this was so dry and boring. I just know that at least one of you wanted to see this video, so here you go. You're welcome. Hopefully it wasn't terrible. Alright guys, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.